Hello there, calisthenic athletes. Today we are learning 90-degree push-ups, and I want to give you everything I know to unlock this skill. So stay to the end, because I will also present you a follow-along routine for that. I would classify this skill between intermediate and advanced level. So if you're a beginner, I don't really recommend trying this one. Don't get me wrong, you can still work for it, it will just take much longer. For me, the best time to start learning it is when you have a solid handstand push-ups, because it's kinda necessary to do at least one. Also, it would be great if you have a good 90-degree hold, but from my experience, it isn't that important. So, first, let's start with the basics, because it's always important to work on them. The proper handstand hold. You can do this on the ground or on parallels, it doesn't really matter. Let's start with finding your ideal hand placements, probably a bit wider than your shoulders. Then keep your arms straight, protract your scapula, and lightly jump from one leg to the vertical position. On that point, keep your core engaged, it will help you with balancing it, and also don't forget about that scapula protraction. If your handstand isn't perfect yet, I strongly recommend to work on that, because it's helping a lot on handstand-based exercises like handstand push-ups or handstand to planche. And there are no shortcuts here, you have to practice it a lot. Okay, you mastered the handstand, now it's time to do push-ups. First, some technique lessons. Start by getting to a handstand, ideally the perfect one of course, and lean yourself a little bit forward and start bending your arms till your forehead almost hit the ground. Then push yourself all the way back to the vertical position. And how to unlock this exercise? Well, I prepared for you a ladder of progression for the handstand push-ups. The rule here is, find a progression that you can do for 3 to 5 reps, and if it isn't challenging anymore, move to the next progression. First, we have pike push-ups. Don't underestimate them, because done correctly, they can be really challenging. Also, if they are too easy, you always can elevate your legs. Next up, wall handstand push-ups with your head facing the wall, because that way you also train proper technique. And it's okay to start with half reps and build it up to full range of motion. If you mastered the previous one, now you can leave the assistance and finally try the handstand push-ups. Start with the negative motion, ideally all the way down, and just let it go. The last progression is bent arm handstand presses. There are different variations: knee bend, straddle or straight leg. Just choose one that you can do and it will be good. And finally, handstand push-ups. Again, you can start to work with half reps, work for it, no worries. Let's not forget about the 90-degree hold. You don't have to hold for insane long, 5 seconds would be decent. Again, a quick technique lesson. Start in a push-up position, hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Then go down and lean as far as you can until your feet start raising from the ground. Then pull them a little bit higher to maintain a perfect horizontal position. It's not a rocket science. So now some progressions and exercises. Here we have classic calisthenic progressions: tag, advanced tag, straddle and full. And about the exercises, you can start with 90-degree pumps. If that is too easy for you, you can start doing 90-degree raises on the dip bars. And dip to 90 degree. Of course, choose the progression that suits you the best. Okay, now that we are done with every bit of that skill, it's assemble time. Start in a handstand position and do the negative of a push-up all the way down. When in that position, start leaning forward and lower your legs with your core engaged at the same time until your feet almost reach the ground. Hold that position for a second and then start raising your legs with pushing yourself up all the way to the vertical position. It's great to do this explosively. And what if it's not working yet? Well, you can start with easier 90-degree progressions like straddle or tag. It's also a great idea to just try the negative motion, because eventually you will build up enough strength to also do the positive. So, now that you know every information that I had about this skill, it's time for promised follow-along routine. Okay, it will be a drop set of 5 exercises, one from every step that I talk about, plus one for core. Remember, you can exchange them for your liking, just stick to the rule, one exercise from one step. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. That's the end of one drop set. You can repeat it 2 or 3 more times and that will be an entire workout. Also remember not to overdo it because you don't want to risk an injury, so 2 max 3 times a week is enough. So that's all for today. Join our calisthenics family by subscribing, also smash that like button and check my other media in the description below. Stay dedicated, peace out.